Hello, Exiles. This is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and welcome to my Day 3 update for the solo self-found Frost Blades Trickster. As you can see, I do have my Heatshiver, so I'm now the Heatshiver version of the build. Making some nice progress here, have most of my yellow maps done. I'm at 73 out of 115 progress on my atlas. Just starting to get into red maps. I have an alleyways I'm just going to run as a demo to kind of show you where I'm starting off here. And let's go ahead and just do Maven Witnessed. So it's a really juicy alleyways as well. So I corrupted it and got an 8 mod. And it's somewhat challenging as well because it's reduced flash charges, elemental resistance, more boss life, lots of good stuff like that. So should make for an interesting little trial. I did a lot of interesting stuff yesterday that I'm excited to talk about. I found some really cool items, and I'm going to be. I have a lot of plans going forward. Okay. Let's grab the Delirium Mirror as well. I also did get my Uber Lab as well, so I'm going to be able to go ahead and have Heartstopper now, which is a big deal. Oh, I can't even inflict exposure anyway. I guess I'll get the bone chill still from using that, but yeah. We'll, ooh, hey. Yep. A little dangerous, so I should be careful. I do want to be grabbing some of this stuff. I need to update my loot filter though at some point in the near future because I don't need to be picking all of this stuff up. Getting a good stock of the scouting reports. There's another couple of red maps, which is nice. I need a decent amount of those still. I only have 2 other ones so far besides these. So, oh, another peninsula. We'll also start stocking up on those red maps. Don't stand in explosions. Probably not going to get very, yeah, this delirium. I'm killing stuff too slow still. The elemental resistances are making a big difference. Ooh, I think I might need that Legion somewhere, so. Ooh, attack damage. That's actually my first decent cluster jewel. Let's see. Shrines, essences. I already have the shrine on this one, Beyond Breach Essence. Okay, I don't really need that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw just a regular thing here, and I guess I'm gonna stall this a little bit. I'll swap this and this, and we'll just finish that next map. Okay. Because I want to try to get a move tile so that I can make that longer, but yeah, we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I'm still working on getting all of my mirror tablet stuff done. So, oh yeah, I have a little bit of extra map mod effect too, so it's even harder than what I thought, but it's still not too bad. Currently, we don't have a ton of penetration yet. I'm still using the same weapon as last time, and I'll show that. But I do have a nice little stock of essences going, and I'm gonna be doing some crafting here soon. I should be getting good item bases going forward now. Ooh, chunky. Gotta make sure. Oh, and I died. Okay, I do have cast on death portal as well, so I'll be able to jump right back in. Although I think I might hop ahead and grab some frenzy charges before I finish that off. Yeah, let's just pop up here, get some of our frenzy charges back up before I fight this guy again. Okay, because he is a beastie. All right, and we'll go ahead and just pop this as well. I think I have like, yeah, I still don't have Fortify, and I'm still not running Grace, so my defenses are lagging behind a little bit. You're seeing some deaths here and there, but for the most part, it's not too bad. Most of the maps I run, I mean, this is the hardest one I've run so far, just because it's 8 mod, and it's also a red map, and I've been doing yellow maps, so. Sentinel Frostweaver, two of the more defensively robust against this build. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Gotta make sure I want to finish this because I might get an Abyssal Depths, and if I get an Abyssal Depths, I might get a nice little belt to craft on. That'll open up a jewel slot for me as well, because I'm currently using one of my Abyssal Jewels. So if I can get a Stygian Vice, I'll be able to slot in another different jewel. But as it stands, it looks like it's just this. It got one of the 5 mods. I am spec'd into pretty much all of the Abyss nodes. I don't think I need to come back. Well, Heavy Belt might be good. I think that'll be worthwhile. Alright, continuing on. And still freezing most rares, but like Prismatic, Frostweaver, there's a couple of different Arch Nemesis mods that we just don't have the penetration yet to. A lot of them have like plus elemental resistance, and especially combined with the plus 240 or plus 42 monster elemental resistance on this map mod, they're just going to be pretty tough overall. Oh, we got double boss. Nice. Oop, that's scary. I'll just spam my steel skin and generally speak. Oh, we are freezing them if we get. Oop. Wow. Okay. That was a little bit reckless on my part. You got to keep moving around for stuff like that. You can't just stand in one spot. A valuable lesson. Also, the Maven orbs probably had something to do with that as well. The dot. Oh, I'm getting. All right, there you go. Okay, well, that was a little bit rough, but hey, got to show the deaths too, right? Currently, I'm working on getting over here. I'm going to try to get like the Exarch things because I need embers. But, alright, so little tough, but doable. This is actually my second good cluster jewel. I have a crit one, a 4-mod crit one as well that I can craft. So there's some potential there. So maybe pretty soon I craft those two things and I switch over to a cluster jewel setup. So that'll be exciting. That'll be a big DPS boost. See if I found any good loot. Does it look like it? Nope. Okay. That's okay. That is the average outcome. Alright. Go ahead and stash all this stuff and we'll start going over. We'll just start with the gear since I'm opened up here. Exact same claw. This desperately needs an upgrade. It's starting to fall behind. I do have a claw that I'm crafting on. I would like a higher item level one, but this one is you only need item level 77 to get tier 1 attack speed and crit chance. So that's kind of the plan here. But that's a item level 79 one. But yeah, currently still stuck with this same claw, which was really good when I first got into yellow maps. Starting to fall off at the moment. Did get my Heatshiver. My DPS went from like 900,000 up to like 2 million when I got this, so big upgrade there. Still the same body armor. One of my rings is the same. I'm actually using a Tessalio's sign now. The DPS on this is really good. So the flat cold damage dispels and attacks is alright, but then the cold damage against chilled enemies is really high. If you can get 20 of the elemental damage, whatchamacallit, catalysts on there, of these, the turbulent catalysts, it actually has about as much damage on one ring as the Hatred Watcher's Eye that gives flat damage, so that's pretty nuts. And then same gloves, except I actually have somewhat decent Eldritch Implicits on there now. I have damage per frenzy charge, which is really good. Currently I have, I think, 7 max frenzy charges still, and so that's going to give me 28% damage. Evasion rating from helmet and boots is not super good, but it's good enough for now. Yeah, these are still fine gloves. I'm gonna start doing some crafting and some ROG to try to get some better ones, but for now these are still pretty decent. Belt's still the same, boots still the same, although I changed the craft on it. And also when I did Uber Lab, I got the 16% attack and cast speed if you killed recently enchant, which is the best mapping enchant you can get, and probably the second best overall. The first being the penetration if you haven't killed recently, just for bossing, because penetration is extremely good. But yeah, the ring's the same. Shield's the same, but same kind of thing. I just switched over the resistances on it to kind of suit my needs. And then I have this amulet, which is pretty decent. It's kind of a side grade to what I had, but it has higher intelligence. +1 to all cold skill gems is actually a DPS upgrade even on this, because Frost Blades scales both. Well, this is 2020. I'm actually leveling up, by the way, additional Frost Blades in order to try to get a 2120 Frost Blades. A lot of people don't think of attack skills as something you want gem levels on, but it does give you, like, right now attack damage 175 of base. When I put it in, because of the +1, goes up to 178.9, so about 4%. And it also scales the flat damage, so 81 to 122, 75 to 113. So you kind of get a double dip there. It ends up being like probably a little right around as much damage as an additional frenzy charge, just having one more level on it. So it's not as impactful as like the 15% more damage you might get on some spells, 10 to 15%, but it's still fairly impactful, and it's worthwhile. I'll go ahead and vol this, see if I can luck out and get a level 21. Nope, went down to 19. So kind of backfired there. I actually got a DPS downgrade, but still 2020 while it's in here. Unfortunate, unlucky, but I'll have 5 more chances here soon. I should just get another one. I was leveling a different gem. I think it was like elemental damage with attacks there at one point, and that's why that's red. But yeah, I should get another green. The second one I'm going to try to 2120 is Ice Bite, because of the flat damage scaling per frenzy charge and just the initial flat damage scaling. Links haven't really changed at all, except I'm now running Cast on Death Portal. So, but other than that, pretty much the same thing. For survivability, I do have a little bit. I've been, my mana's been increasing as I level. I could probably put, let's see, stance. I could probably put like a flesh and stone in, and that would give me a little bit more defensive utility. I think I could fit that in with my current amount of mana reservation. So I might do that. That might be the way to pull this off, I guess. But currently, yeah, we'll figure out the links after the video. That's not that important. All right, so that's that. As far as the skill tree, I've switched it up a little bit. Grabbed Survivalist. I kind of needed that. I just have like the extra life. I got out of the Clever Thief and up to Claws of the Falcon, and I just got the Leech from the Claw Mastery. So I'll lose a little bit of damage from Polymath, but I will gain a lot more damage from like the crit multi, and plus it makes my accuracy a little bit more sustainable. So I'm at 100% normally and 92% against evasive. So that is helpful as well. Other than that, I just picked up Quick Step. I'm still not spell suppression maxed, and I'm going to need to be to get up to tier 16s. Otherwise, I'm going to die a lot. So that's another reason why it's pretty much essential. Item level 80 is when tier 1 resistances start being available on equipment, I believe. So I'm going to start doing my crafting when I get a stock of decent item level 80 items. And I have a good amount of essences stacked up for that. Not like a whole lot, but I can also use harvest crafting to take like the useless ones, such as the minion one, and convert it into possibly a more useful one. So there's a bunch of them that I'm not going to use, like Woe I'm not going to really use on anything. Fear I'm not going to use on anything. There's probably a couple of other ones, but I can just take those, throw them in the horticrafting station, and change them into essences I can use. So that is one option I have available. Maybe not the most efficient use of my harvest juice, but it's not too bad. So I did some magic finding. The way I was able to find this Heatshiver is I showed you this helmet last time. I actually got the craft the unveiled for the increased rarity of items dropped by slaying rare or unique enemies. So I have the 23% rarity and then 43. So I have 66 rarity on this helmet, and it's also just, chaos resist high life. So I used this along with gifts from above, this 35% rarity ring, this 19% rarity amulet, and this 8% rarity boots, because that was the best. I don't have any good rarity boots. And then I also messed around with some other items that I needed to fix my resistances, and I just ran a bunch of tier 1 and 2 maps, and I got a good amount of uniques. I'll go ahead and show some of the cool stuff I got. First of all, the body armors I got were really nice. Got a belly of the beast, cherubim's maleficence, cloak of defiance, ghost writhe, lightning coil. Honestly, some of these, like lightning coil or belly of the beast, are things that I could try to 6-link and use, but I think fortify is so important for this build that I think I'm just going to go for a rare, just going to go for the rare influenced one instead, with the Eater of Worlds and Searing Exarch, just because I'd be using a lot of resources to try to 6-link these unless I got really lucky, and I don't think they'll be as beneficial as the rare body armor would be. Anything else interesting? Edgewader's Sign, not super interesting. Ascent from Flesh, also meh. But I don't know if there's too much I can actually use. Got a Carnage Heart. Oh, got an Atziri's Promise. Did Atziri? Didn't get Atziri's Step, unfortunately. I was planning on using Atziri's Step. I still might. I haven't gotten a lot of Midnights. I haven't been doing Vol side zones. In fact, I still don't have any Midnights, so it's not a super high priority. Oh, Bell Timber Blade, that's pretty cool. This used to be really good in the Molten Strike days, but yeah, nowadays it's just fallen behind power creep, unfortunately. And I think that's pretty much it that I haven't already shown as far as, oh, Sire of Shards, that's also pretty cool. Nothing super great for boots. Got a Deerstalker. I'm not going to level an ult, so I'm not going to use most of these. I just kind of like collecting them. Hidden Potential. Yeah. I like to try to get one of every essence. Or, sorry, every unique. There you go. I got a Praxis. Stormfire. Oh, Rigwald's Crest. That's kind of cool. Once again, if I was leveling another character, which I'm not. So, and then I'll kind of show off some of my other resources. Low on fossils. I haven't been doing a lot of delve. This is going to be one of my priorities going forward, is to do delve, because the precursors emblem and such, like the delve rings that you can craft from doing delve bosses, are really good on this build. So I'm definitely going to attempt to do that. Also, just fossils for crafting is very nice. Yeah, I did put Discord Artisan on my amulet as kind of a temporary cheap anoint. It doesn't require a lot, so it's orange, teal, blue. It's a very cheap anoint, a very easy anoint to get. Gives a little bit of damage. My other options were going to be like Sanctuary with what I had, and Cloth and Chain, but I didn't want to put a defensive one on there because I didn't want to, when I did get a Yoke of Suffering, have to like move around my defenses. I didn't want to have to get reliant on those. So I decided to go for an offensive one. There's not a lot of great offensive, cheap, like what I had available ones to go with. So Discord Artisan was good enough. Gave me some damage, like 5% damage or something. So that'll do. Don't have that many catalysts yet. Not enough that I'm gonna start, slamming them. I do have 4 attack ones, so maybe something there. Like maybe I could put them on a pair of gloves and get like attack speed and cold damage to attacks, accuracy, something like that. I don't know. But this is my stack of maps so far. I'm kind of running a little low, running a little thin. I have plenty of, low tier maps, but you need to start accumulating those. Missions wise, I've been doing all of my syndicate ones. I will probably do my beast ones. I've kind of been neglecting these two, but I am going to start doing more of these. Later, I'll do temple ones, but I'm going to want to save these up and specifically have the stuff on the Atlas tree for those because, yeah, I want to make sure I get a lot of high tier rooms so I can do things like double corrupts and such later on. And that's pretty much the setup. Oh, I do have 3 of my flasks automated. I haven't been able to find a high level diamond flask yet, so I haven't really invested a lot. Plus, I don't have enough instilling orbs yet. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting, hoping, because this is an item level 42 diamond flask, which isn't super great. So I'm kind of waiting for a higher level one before I craft that. But I have attack speed and flask charge gained when you deal crit on the Stibnite. Same kind of thing, movement speed in that with the silver flask. This one's really good. My jade flask has 30% chance to gain a flask charge when you deal crit, which is pretty high, and 74% block and stun recovery. So that pretty much makes stuns a non-issue when it's up, and it's up most of the time. During this last map, my flasks weren't up as much because I had 54% less flask gains because I have these and because of the mods. But in most regular maps that don't have reduced flask charges gained, these are going to be up a lot of time, especially this one that only requires 30 of 60. So and this one that has a high duration as well. So overall, and the silver flask isn't up as much, but what you gonna do? That pretty much covers that. So I'll talk about my plans going forward. So lots of good upgrades here. It's starting to smooth out a little bit, especially on less difficult maps. So I don't have that much stuff. But what I'm going to do is I need to get a Yoke of Suffering. That's going to be another like 50 to 60% more damage, put me up to about a little over 3 million DPS, I believe, single-handedly. I have 2 methods to do that. So because it's a bit rare, it's going to not be as easy to just target farm as Heatshiver, which is a very common unique. It is fairly common, but not like, not nearly as common as Heatshiver. 2 methods to do this. I'm going to be upgrading my loot filter here, and when I do that, I'm going to have it show white onyx amulets, and I'm going to pick those up, toss them in a tab, get a full tab, start accumulating chance orbs, and I'm just going to try to chance one. The other option I have is Gwen in here. I haven't done a ton of expeditions, so I don't have a lot of stuff. Let's try for a headhunter. Hey! Ooh! Pyroshock clasp. That's actually pretty good. It's got duration of elemental ailments, which improves our freeze duration, and it also has a fizz to I mean, we wouldn't get the lightning component because we don't have yoke yet, but this is actually pretty good. I might need the strength on my belt. I do need the strength on my belt, but it is an option. So that was pretty cool. Got a unique. It wasn't a headhunter right away, but pretty cool there. But yeah, I could just look for onyx amulets, pop those, and try to get a yoke that way. There's 4 onyx amulet uniques in the base drop pool that we can get. So it's like Astramentus, Yoke, Heart of Carnage, and I forget the last one, but there's a 4th one. I think the Chayula, the base Chayula unupgraded one, also drops in the base loot pool, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't know. So I think there's 4 that I could get from it. So that's one of my plans. My other plan is to do Delve for the precursors, emblems, and such, and the fossils and the resonators. And other than that, I'm just going to progress. I'm doing abysses. I guess I should show my Atlas tree more. So I have all of the map sustain stuff. I have all of the good abyss stuff. I don't really, you know, I don't really like Votive Horde. The Abyssal Sockets in regular rare gear at this stage isn't going to be beneficial to me really, because it's going to be hard to craft around unless it already has good stats on it. I got some of the Legion stuff, emblematic and war supplies, so we're doing that just specifically so that we can drop lucky emblems. I am going to want a good historic jewel, so I'm going to start working towards Legion stuff. Next, I'm also going over and I'm going to grab like the Searing Exarch stuff here. Maybe not Wrath of the Cosmos yet because I don't have my defenses fully sorted. Don't have Grace, don't have Fortify, still not Spell Suppress capped. So probably not going to grab Wrath of the Cosmos, but I'll grab the rest of the stuff over here. I also might pop up and grab Amplified Energies just so I can get more essences quicker. So that's probably going to be like my next little step is this stuff and then up here. And we'll kind of see where I want to go from there. I don't have a lot of Orbs of Unmaking yet, so I can't really switch things around, so I'm kind of stuck where I'm at. My first priority to respec out of is going to be this, but at the moment, I am just accumulating these. I'm going to want a lot of them for later on, so I'm happy to stay with that for now, but I'm definitely going to need to get out of there once I start farming tier 16 maps. Just have 10 Orbs of Unmaking, which I guess could be enough to get out of there, but I'll just leave it for now. Get a few more of these scouting reports just so I have a lot of re-rolls so I can complete my unique maps, get my Guardian and Conqueror stuff under wraps. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's looking pretty good. I'm really missing out on the additional strike for clear, obviously, but I do once I start getting those Eldritch Embers from Searing Exarch or the Searing Embers, then I'll be able to. I'll probably try for it after I get like 30 and 40 of them. So hopefully we'll see some really huge progress next time. Total deaths at the moment 32, so I am starting to die more. I need to get kind of a hold on that, but you know, until I get my Fortify and Grace up, that's just gonna kind of be a reality. Maybe Flesh and Stone will help. Blind is useful, taking less damage from enemies that are far away. I'll just stay in Sand Stance. We'll see if that helps out a bit, but other than that, that is pretty much the update. So hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye.